So, the group was tasked with something at the end of last week. What was that?
To bring food to the Goblin King's feast.
To bring food to the Goblins King's. So let me ask, does the group need to do anything prior to bringing their food?
Well, I mean, I imagine there would be preparations involved because you can't just make it appear out of thin air.
3 hours.
Which means we don't have a house here, right? So we're gonna have to like convince the dude at the
not
Soggy
in the
Piper.
puddles. You don't.
There's places nearby. It's not like
Well, Absalon is like, think of it like New York City. Nearby is kind of so you can go shopping in the puddles.
So in other words, we can go shopping, but we can't afford to live anywhere.
Okay. Okay, maybe it's might not be that close to New York City. I mean, but I can let you know that there is the Bark Bazaar, which is a spectacle of floating commerce.
So we go shopping, then we find a place to go cook it.
Well, you know, Yelmo.
Yeah, we can go. You can go steal the Soggy Piper for a couple hours. That'll be fine.
So the Bark Bazaar, it's a bazaar, of course. A cluster of shops they're actually boats tied to one another. The market master, which is a Minotan woman named Anavi, kind of started it up, and it originally paddled between the seaside districts of the Puddles, Docks, and the Precipice Quarter. Now, the market tends to do its best business in the Puddles, and it drifts into the evening to sell aged seafood and produce that would be unwelcome in most districts. But it's well received, and the Puddles residents appreciate it. They purchase the food and goods, and things that maybe have not long festered in the district. Tends to be okay. So you could head there, obviously. Trying to think if there are any other places within the Puddle. I mean, obviously you have some small shops here and there, so you're more than welcome to go to any of those. I just need to know like what types of shops you guys are looking for, or if you just need to go to the Bark Bazaar.
The Bark Bazaar sounds perfect for Beck.
Bazaar sounds fine.
Like giving local coin is never a bad thing.
Meat and cheese.
Yeah, you make your way to the Bark Bazaar. It is in. The shops are set up again, a bunch of boats, and each of the boats you can see have kind of like a little overhang, that kind of goes out past onto the dock, so that if it is raining, people that come to the different boats can keep dry. The boats are not necessarily the most extravagant pieces of construction, but they are, they're seaworthy within the bay. These are not ships that would go out into the regular sea.
I'm sure some of them can just float through the streets of the Puddles just fine.
They could, though they generally tend to do their business at the dock areas of the Puddles.
So Beck puts his backpack down on the ground, and you see your companion has quite the supply of cooking utensils, as if he had spent a long time on the road. And one of them, tucked into a little waterproof corner, is a book about the size of the backpack named Halfling Recipes. Now, he flips through, and some of them are questionable. Like you flip through fish head soup, curse pilaf, Godspeed salad, and just weird named foods, until he finally lands on fish on stick in cream soup. And he starts going through what he needs for that recipe.
And what does he need for that recipe?
Well, everybody would see he's muttering under his breath, going, onion, celery, garlic powder, celery salt, butter, lots of butter, bacon drippings, flour, salt, pepper, paprika, light milk, light cream, vegetable stock, and of course, fish and sticks.
So you look around for the most, I guess, the most reputable looking place that sells fish?
The first one.
Just the first one you come upon.
Yes, sir.
I love this. You walk up to this boat and you look at it. You notice that the exterior has a variety of, as best could be spoken, wooden patches cut in irregular and organic formations. Most of these are above the water line, as if things were thrown at it and holes were immediately poked. The canopy that goes over the dock area is a rainbow of colors stitched together. The edges fraying ever so slightly. Within the boat stands what would best be described as a frog. He looks up at you, multicolored, smiles.
Greetings and welcome to Utok's barge.
Hello, Utok. And Beck will slap the book onto the counter. I need this fish.
Oh, let's see what we got here. Oh, that is some fish you're looking for.
And he starts, he very quickly turns around, and behind him are several shelves filled with fish. Now, one of the things that is most noticeable about these fish are the flies that are landing upon them. A couple of them you actually see have beginnings of some maggots crawling out of the eye sockets. But others look like they are a bit fresher, a bit more edible. And he does grab one of the ones that look to be a bit fresher.
Here we go.
And he sets it down.
Is this what you're looking for?
Beck will take a look at it. Does this one have maggots and stuff in it?
It does not. This one, it looks to be one of the fresher. Now, I wouldn't call it fresh in the same sense of fresh that you would see, you know, maybe in some of the better well-off quarters or even the docks. But it does not appear to be rotten and significantly smelly.
Right, so how much is this fine specimen? Oh, and before that, is this suitable to go on a stick?
Oh, yes, you could definitely put the croak on a stick.
Right, so how much are you selling this for?
Oh, well, looking at you, 2 copper would be fine.
Smacks down 2 coppers, and I take the not so smelly fish.
Is there anything or anything else I can help you with today?
Not unless you also have vegetables back there.
Oh, what type of vegetables are you looking for?
Onions, celery, butter, you know, the basic vegetables.
Butter? That's not not a vegetable. You know this, right?
No, I actually didn't, but thank you.
Well, here you go. And he starts pulling. Now, this is from underneath in front of him, so that you don't see this on any of the shelves. He begins pulling out a variety of vegetables and slapping them down on the counter. Again, in varying degrees of freshness would be the best way to put it.
Oh, we got everything you Krog, everything that you want.
Perfect. I'll have one of these, and I'll try and grab the freshest onion and like the most fresh celery that he can, and he'll just grab like a brick of butter.
And
This he's not too worried about the butter for some reason.
you grab all of that.
Okay, that would probably let's do some man. He holds up his finger. 1, 2. That's gonna be Krog 5 copper.
Can you break a silver?
He looks at you for a moment. We're in the puddles. You said silver. His eyes go wide.
You might want to put that a little lower so others can't see that. You know where you are, right, Krog?
Yes, I do. This is a pulse. I haven't got much money on me, but I have a silver piece. It's 5 coppers minus 5. 1 silver should net me back 5 coppers, right?
And he pulls out 5 coppers and he slides them your way.
Oh, it does indeed, Krog. What did you say your name was?
My name's Beckerai Tutor.
Beckerai, great doing business with you, Krog.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for all your goods, your amazing goods. I'll come and shop here again.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy it, whatever it is you're using it for.
I'm making soup for the Goblin King. And Beck walks away like he didn't just drop that bomb.
What's everybody else doing?
Gorak is sort of watching as Beck walks and trying to keep an eye out basically for any kind of smell or meat that he can see, not fish. Red meat. Some kind of shop. He's looking for red meat. He's looking for bacon, and we'll be looking for cheese. But that's basically it. It's about as simple as you can get.
So you want red meat on a floating barge of a
you
market.
know,
No,
he is not a cook. He knows how to make like 2 things. So
go ahead and give me a perception roll to see if you can find any of that.
Okay. Oh, that's public, but whatever. Oh, that's really great.
Yeah, you look around. You realize that this is not a red meat market. This is a fish and crustacean and squid, maybe some octopus here and there. A variety of seafaring meats are plenty available, but that red meat's going to be tough to find here at the bazaar.
Oh, they don't have. Do you have cheese? They have cheese around?
You do find cheese. You find a place. You head over, and this barge looks a little nicer, little better taken care of than Utok's. This, as you look at it, the multiple shelves. There are the canopy that overhangs is actually got a bit of ball fringe to it, which is, kind of unusual amongst all of these others. And standing within the boat are 2 people, not just one, where many of these barges only have one. There are 2 here. There is a what appears to be a hobgoblin standing kind of, I wouldn't say at attention, but you can see that it's very proper the way he's standing. There is a almost a militaristic feel to it, and alongside him is a female goblin. Female goblin comes straight up to you.
Hi there. What can I get for you?
You don't have meat, so I need cheese. Lots of cheese.
Oh, we got the best cheese ever. What type of cheese are you looking for?
Kindly cook with melt.
You're not really a cheese connoisseur, are you?
I've eaten cheese.
And you see a twinkle comes across her face.
Oh, well, let me get you this.
She sets down a small block of what could be cheese. The green fuzz that kind of covers 3 sides of it gives you pause, of course.
Well, this is some of the funniest cheese you'll ever have. This only costs 3 copper and will easily put smiles on the faces of anyone.
It's supposed to be green. That doesn't seem right.
Green cheese is a sign of mutated cheese curds as they flow within the enzymes of ballistic balustrations.
His eyes sort of glaze over. Like,
oh.
Now, I must tell you, this goes best with a red wine.
Oh. You have red wine?
She pulls up a bottle of red wine, slams it down next to the cheese.
If we got the cheese, we've got the wine.
Oh. How much is that?
Total for both of them, 5 copper.
Okay. Hold on.
reaches in his pouch, pulls out a silver because we don't carry change. Oh, actually, I do have change. I just realized I do have change. I'll pull out 5 copper.
Okay. I normally use meat. You guys don't have meat around here. What would go good with the cheese? Like meat, like.
She looks back at the hobgoblin, who hasn't blinked, hasn't done anything.
Pitrack, do we have any meat?
Turns his head sideways. You hear his neck pop 3 times.
What kind of meat?
That's a good question. You there, what kind of meat?
Well, you wouldn't have what we had at home. I don't know, horse meat's fine.
Pitrack, do we have any horse meat?
Now that you mention it.
He very quickly, and you can see his hand is fast. It reaches down, boom, boom, and he holds it next to his head like this.
The finest horse meat of the bazaar.
And he slams it down on the table next to the cheese. It is gray.
Just cook it longer. Okay. Well, you have lots here. You wouldn't have bacon, would you?
Bacon from a pig? Or from a Canadian?
I don't know what that is. From a pig.
I had to do my Canadian bacon joke at least
A
once.
boar. Something like that.
Well, now that you mention it, no.
No. Yeah. I got lots of cheese. That'll make up for it. Okay, how much total? How much more for the meat?
7 copper total. For you, you're cute.
Oh, hey. Okay, thank you. Okay.
He slides over the copper and grabs the stuff and sort of smushes it all together. And
I'll go cook it somewhere. Thank you.
All right. And don't forget, tell him that Jolgu sent you.
Jogu. Okay.
And luckily, somebody's writing down all these names that I'm pulling out of my butt.
I actually am. So.
Thank God.
Thank you.
All right. So Gorak's got some meat and cheese and a little bit of wine. Marcus, what are you bringing?
So Marcus goes up to one of the vendors. Hello. How are you?
The vendor looks at you in all his dwarven glory.
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Ah, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. So I'm in need of your services. I have I need to bring a meal for a very very a special. Well, I guess we can consider it a potluck. I guess, but it is for a possibly a very discriminating palate, but maybe not the way you would think. What would you recommend for a goblin among goblins?
Oh, are you looking to feed a goblin? Well, goblins eat all sorts of things. But you know what goblins like best?
What's that?
Things that sparkle. Things that shine, even when it comes to their food. And so, you want something with a nice glaze, a nice patina about it. Something that immediately catches the goblin's eyes. And goblins, they've got big eyes. And so that light goes right in.
Tell me more.
So, what we can give you, for a relatively decent price, mind you, glazed bacon.
Glazed bacon?
A little bit of brown sugar. A little bit of caramelization. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of salty, just like a goblin. Have you ever met a goblin? They've got this sweet side. They look at you with those big eyes and they smile. Then they bite your nose off.
I haven't experienced that yet, but you know, if things go well, you never know.
The bacon?
Yes, I can't turn it down. You seem to be a dwarf of who knows the way to a goblin's heart.
He'll set down like a pound of this glazed bacon. And you walked by other stalls.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the food in other stalls. Mm-hmm. You almost threw up at other stalls, but this bacon smells good.
Oh, this looks magnificent. Yes, I think this would do quite nicely.
Now understand, this is going to cost you a full silver. You think you can afford that?
Ooh. Well, I mean, normally I would have to think about it, but again, this is for a very special occasion, and you have been of great service to me, so I think that is a fair price. Marcus has absolutely no idea what a fair price is. Yes, a silver, yes, okay. And he goes into his point person, pulls out a silver, and hands it over.
He takes it, and he looks you. I've got one other thing that you might like.
Oh?
He looks left and right. And he pulls out a small bottle. It's clear. Got a clear liquid in it, but you see inside of it It appears to be a couple of
It appears to be a couple of what?
gold flakes.
Ooh.
This here, don't. I'll usually save this and sell it at the docks. They've got a pricier taste than down here in the puddles, but you look like you're well off.
And he looks at your outfit.
This here is a delectable drink. It's got the taste of cinnamon. And the gold flakes will definitely draw the eye of any goblin who sees it.
Yes. I actually, I think this will do quite nicely. How much for the liquid?
Where? Son of a gun.
He leans in.
For you? I think you'll come back. It'll be 5 silver. I like returning customers.
Well, I do want to make a good impression. Oh yeah, okay. You've done me a good service. And he goes in and very carefully pulls out 5 silver and hands it over.
He takes it.
I hope you enjoy your dinner. And as always, remember, high stouts, barge of fun.
I will remember. Thank you.
Finally, we go to Neri.
Yes, but I'm not sure if my original plan is going to work because we have a very short amount of time, and I don't know what the travel time across Absalom is.
Oh, you wanna go outside the puddles?
She was going to go back to the stone house, the stone shield house, but I don't know.
So that's
she
a
could make
bit
that
of
round trip
travel.
in 3 hours.
Yeah, if we look at the map, that unfortunately, that'd be tight. It'd be tight. You might be able to do it if you want to go back there. You are cat folk.
Yes.
You do move with a bit more agility and grace. If you just leave the group and head there,
That's what she's gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the you other 3, you realize Neri's gone as you're shopping. She's gone.
Yep, and so like she sort of winds her way through the streets like as quickly. I mean, she kind of knows her way around pretty well, and kind of winds her way through pretty quickly back to the Stone Shield House, which is, for those who do not know, it is the barracks for the Greycloak Guard. It's where they live in the Synod Court. So she makes her way, and she bursts through the door of the mess kitchen, and she starts looking around. Agatha, are you here? For the cook?
Yes, dearie. What can I do for you?
I know you normally start making lunch right around now. I was hoping I could just kind of snag something.
Oh, you wanted to go? You don't plan on eating today with us?
We sort of have a bit of a fact-finding mission, and the best way for me to find facts is to take a good food with me.
But you do have a point. Is this official business?
Tangentially related.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm not going to be nosy. I'm not going to pry in, but I can get some stuff together for you. Which bits are you looking for?
Well, pretty much anything you can make fairly quickly, since I need to make my way back fairly quickly, since I'm going back to the puddles, and that kind of is a bit of a run. So,
well, with the amount of time you're looking at, the best I can do is block rations. I can do it pretty quickly. They'll taste pretty decent, me and my rations, but I don't really have time to actually put together a menu and cook.
No, that's fine. Just if you can throw pickles in there somehow. They seem to be very fond of pickles.
They.
Yes, the guests for this particular
Right, well, yeah.
meal.
And so she takes about 10 minutes and she throws together these block rations. And they're about, yay big, yay long, solid, massive pieces of like energy, essentially. It's a mix of all sorts of things that are going to kind of give you energy as you go through. And then she ends up putting in something like 15 pickles. And they're like full, like dill, like wrong crunch pickles. They're not like the little miss pickles. And she comes, all right, here you go, dearie. I've got rations. I've got pickles. These best I could do on short notice. In the future, if you want stuff like this, just tell me ahead of time, okay?
Yeah, I wasn't entirely expecting this, so I really appreciate it. If you need, I can come help patch your roof this weekend. I remember you mentioned it was leaking, so just let me know.
Terribly so. It's almost like I'm in the puddles in there. It's terrible.
Yes, I totally understand. Just let me know, and I can find some leave and come help you with that, because I remember hearing you say something about that.
Well, I appreciate that, and yeah, definitely we'll make that work. I've got weekend would be simply wonderful, actually. So, and she kind
Perfect.
she smiles and nods at you. And you make your way back to Minya.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't take you too long, but you do find the group. They are back. They're essentially finishing up their shopping, and kind of meet them. And it's time for you all to head back to Goblin King Court. Now, one other thing to note, obviously, is that all of you have your goods with you, right? Each of you kind of, well, let's be honest. The bottle of wine sticks out a bit like a sore thumb, and the bacon and a liquid that you were giving Robert, it smells. Well, smells delectable, let's be honest. As I said, you see as Neri shows back up. You all did notice that she was missing. Anybody want to speak to her about that, or?
No.
Good shopping.
Beck will, as she walks up, go, right, glad you made it all right. I was wondering if you got mugged or robbed or kidnapped, or mugged and robbed and kidnapped all at the same time.
I think that would take a lot of effort if someone tried to do any of the above.
I think so too, but I was worried about you. Glad to see you're safe.
Thank you. Yes, I carry around a sword this large. Most people don't usually try to try anything funny.
What if they did try something?
Why did you head off? Did you go see your boyfriend or something?
No, I just had to collect some things. We are preparing for a feast, are we not? Did you not go buy things?
No, I got this fish. Plop, plop, plop.
That's certainly a fish.
Yeah, it don't have a single maggot in it at all. I got it open and checked.
That should usually be the baseline for a fish that you're planning on eating.
Well, this is probably one of the best fish I've ever gotten to eat. My father and I, we didn't have a lot of funds on the road, so not a lot of good food made it our ways. But the good people, like when we stayed at Shellen's Temple, that was amazing. The food there was always lovely and warm.
Yes, temples seem to find ways to make sure that everyone eats well enough.
I often think gods are, I don't know, a little silly and foolish. But the people who serve them are often some of the kindest.
Yes, well, I'm not a religious type by any means, but I can see how that would be the case. I've encountered several of the followers of these religions, and at least the ones that have been established for a long time seem to be doing some good works here and there. Can't say that these new god types are as well informed of how things should be.
I don't think many of the gods are as informed as they think they should be. And he will visibly pull out a necklace with the symbol of Baphomet on it. And he will play with it, like, visibly.
Does he do that in front of Marcus?
Yes. Yes, he does.
What are you doing?
I'm praying. Don't you do that?
Praying to Baphomet.
Yes. I'm praying
Have
that...
you lost your mind?
No, I don't think so. Have you seen it somewhere?
I highly suggest you put that away.
Why? I think all gods are scared and foolish, like mortals. They're just higher on the totem pole. And I don't know.
Some seek the destruction of everything.
I'm not praying for the destruction of everything. I'm praying that he...
You're praying to a god who seeks the destruction of everything. And Marcus is visibly agitated.
I think gods are no better than us. That they're all silly sinners with the rest of us. Sometimes I pray to gods, good gods, different ones, bad ones, and I ask them to stop all the fighting and the hurting of each other. I don't know if they hear me, but I mean, the cultist who wanted me burned and killed and transformed changed their mind and saved me. So maybe if they can change, Baphomet can too. And I don't see him being bad as a reason to not try.
I would suggest, and he's like trying to restrain himself. It's a noble thought. I would suggest doing that particular one in private.
Okay. But why don't you pray to your goddess in private?
My God doesn't seek the destruction of everything. You might consider how some might be concerned seeing you praying to a god of destruction. Those who've suffered from his wrath.
That seems silly.
It's all silly until you're hanging from a lamppost somewhere.
The worst thing in my life has already happened to me. A lamppost seems like warm comfort.
Now, question.
Let's go cook for the Goblin King!
Are you all walking as you're talking?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
As you're doing that, you don't see the gathering that begins to surround. Will bring us to a map. Behind you as you're walking, a goblin steps out.
You all are shiny. I think we're gonna take your shiny.
I don't think so.
We'll see about that.
And roll for initiative as these four goblins they saw you. They saw the money you spent. Way more than what normal people spend in this. And they decided it was time to get theirs. And so we begin our first incident of the day, while at the same point learning a bit of backstory, which is quite lovely. Yeah. Really bad.
He prays to all the gods.
No, I
including
know.
the bad
I know.
ones.
I know. It was just, that was good. That was good. And we begin our encounter with Neri. You notice them first. You actually notice there are two in front and two in back. What do you do?
She's just gonna kind of look out and say, we're on the way to meet with the Goblin King. I don't suggest you, hinder our progress. And if you're ones who follow him, I do not wish you any harm, but I will do what I have to do to protect my friends.
Eh, Goblin King. False king.
Be that as it may, you have made a poor choice. So she's moved.
So you know these are goblins. They're humanoid, but beyond that, you are not completely certain.
Okay, and then final. Let's do. I'm gonna try demoralizing this one.
There is no try. There is only do.
All right.
And you do. All right. We go to Marcus.
Marcus looks at the goblins, especially the two that are in front of him, and he has almost a sad look on his face. He's still a little disturbed by the conversation we just had. He says, "Goblins, in Sunray's name, I implore you, just let us be. I do not wish to have to end you. Repent and be gone."
They laugh at you. Nothing but laughter.
Well,
You tried.
in that case, 20 feet, 15 feet.
One shot, one kill.
We'll find out. Oh, sorry. Why does it not? Oh, maybe because I have that.
Wow,
Wow.
that's a good start. Please roll your critical damage, so this guy can die immediately. Yeah. What's that look like, Robert?
You just hit the scimitar just comes. Actually, he basically uppercuts him. He just slices across his side and slashes up his chest. And blood goes flying in the direction of the other goblin. And he just turns to the other goblin and says, I give you the same chance. I will not ask again.
I like it. You've got take 2 actions to get there.
I had to take 2 actions to get through.
All right. So we go to the Goblin Warrior. The Goblin Warrior, he fears you not. He will take a simple step and immediately strike at you. That's damage, not a strike. Let's click the actual damage. There we go. He does hit.
Reactive shield. So I did do my move.
You've got reactive shield, you bastard. Oh my gosh.
What?
You do?
Yeah, how do I
Paladin of Last Wall, baby.
Okay, so how does this work from a
So just you put your shield up. You did. I see it there.
Okay.
And so, and you're going to shield block? Yeah, that's what reactive shield does, right?
Yep.
You immediately use your raise the shield action, gain the shield's AC bonus. From shield applies to your AC when you're determining the outcome of triggering attack. It'll still hit. So actually, you don't get to shield block. It still hits, unfortunately.
Because it just adds the plus
Yeah, it
2
adds the
to
AC.
our-
Just
Right.
Yep. But it now stays up.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you do take the damage. And he will attempt a second attack, which he critically misses. We go to this puppy. Can get there in 1 action.
I'd like to take an attack of opportunity, please.
You have something with reach?
He's at 5 feet from me.
It's moving. So if you read it,
Yeah,
out of a square that's already within reach. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So if he moves again, yes, you can.
Okay.
And so he will use his horse chopper. And attack you. He will miss. Twice. Gorak.
Gorak sort of looks left and right, seeing, we got people going both directions. But seeing as Marcus has been injured, he reaches out and you see, let's see, actually, I'd make sure the reach on this. What is the range on lifelink? Oh, 30 feet. I have a feeling we're further than 30 feet. 40 feet.
40.
Fine. Well, then he will, and I think we're within range. I could do this, so I'll step back 10 feet. And then as he reaches out, you see this swirl of energy, and it's like, not white. It's almost like silver, because you see it sort of like reaches out, but at the same time you see a flow of white going towards Marcus, but like a darker flow heading back to him, as you see like his on his arm, his arm, you see crackles along the marks on his arm, as he will go ahead and cast a lifelink.
Oh, all right, okay.
Where's my spell? To lifelink. There it is.
Make sure to link it in chat so everybody at home can see.
Oh,
it's
did it link? Did it link
Yeah.
to everybody, or did it link hidden?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Okay, good. I can't ever tell, like, sometimes with that stuff.
When you cast it links it in chat.
I figured it would, and I saw it, but it was like lighter in the thing, and I don't know if it was okay. Okay, so he immediately will recover a D4 of hit points, which it doesn't give me a button for, so I guess I will just.
Yeah, it's right there. It's up there near the top.
Oh, is it the top there somewhere?
Yep. When you
Yeah,
first
where
cast a spell,
this
the
is
target
when you-
Oh,
recovers.
you click on that there. Okay, there we
Yep.
go.
Yep.
and he will gain
Oh.
1 hit point. Well
he
done.
gets 1 hit point.
Make sure to take that, Marcus.
And okay, and that's all that does. That's one.
That's
2.
all 3 actions, right? You moved in 2 actions. Oh no, that's a single.
That's a single action. but That's a
What?
focus. That's a focus.
Okay.
But no, now as Marcus takes damage, I will take some of that damage. And what else do I have that I could do? It's a 1
that was
action.
weird. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't got a lot of 1 action other than that. I guess I could technically do another focus spell, but I don't know that it's worth doing that right now.
How did you start with 3 focus pool?
I get an extra from something. I forgot what. I'd have to look it up.
That's
I also
awesome.
have 3 focus in my pool.
You guys
Yeah.
are ridiculous. Oh, and I looked
I
up the
know.
focus rules. I know how they work better now.
Nice.
The new ones.
Yeah, the new ones. I like the new ones.
Yeah.
You know what? I will go ahead and we'll give guidance to Marcus because I can. So did I automatically put it on there?
Looks like it.
Yay! I'm zoomed out too far to see. And okay, and that is it. And you see like a continual link. Like it sort of fades, but there's still like a link between the two of them you can see.
All right. So as it comes to Beck's turn, he pulls up his fiddle to his neck and will begin to play an inspiring song to get his friends plenty courageous. We're just gonna put that. Yay! Everybody, play 60 foot. Blam.
Ugh.
Whoa!
Friggin'
Yeah, so everybody-
bards.
That is
OP.
huge.
Yeah, bards are OP.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
everybody
That
get
rage,
pushed.
man.
I feel so inspired.
You're inspired.
Wait a minute. Did you do it did you do it the real way? Because usually
I did.
Oh yeah, it did. It went on everybody. Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to get rid of it now, but still.
Yeah.
Okay. So after he plays the inspiring song, he looks towards this goblin here with the sight of a disappointed mother. Like he's seen a little bit too much, and he goes, "It's all right, friend. I understand your need for acceptance has drawn you to these people, which are causing you to have these thoughts that you must be violent, but you don't. And it's okay that you can be your own person." And he's basically casting agitate on a goblin, which is acceptance and love. I need a will DC from this goblin, please, sir.
Oh, do you?
Please, sir.
Oh, okay. I'll roll it.
Okay.
Ooh, that's only a 19. Mm.
Yes, but he does take 2d8 damage, correct? And he
And it
has.
lasts
Well, he
around.
takes half damage.
Okay. Roll damage.
Wait a
Whoa, that's
minute.
a whole
Swim
thing.
at least once each. Well, during
He
the
has to
duration,
move
the
next
target
time.
must stride, fly, or swim at least once each turn, or take 2d8 plus 1 mental damage that turn.
Oh,
So the
right.
damage doesn't happen yet. It
Damage
will
doesn't happen
His
yet.
turn.
Yes.
His turn. You've got to move.
And it lasts
That
for
is
one
a
round 'cause he
cool.
succeeded.
Okay,
So he's
I
either
like
gonna
that
get-
spell.
So he's either going to get hit by Neri's attack of opportunity or by my mental attack.
Yeah.
So, he's
That's
got to move.
awesome.
And that's all I got.
This one will move into position. As any good gobbo does, they work together in teams.
They do. It's true. I was there.
A hit. A palpable hit. Oh, seriously? I rolled a 1?
A palpable hit.
What was that? Mosquito?
And you feel it, Neri. It's almost as if it's a paper cut. But it catches your paw, so it hurts you. But not very deep. And it's your turn.
Troublesome.
Where did all the hero points go? 1 second, please.
I will hold my action until you're done.
All of my stuff disappeared.
The potion bottles are still there, but I noticed that.
That is weird. What happened?
Hold on.
OBS?
We lost our hero points.
I mean, I still have 2 saved on my sheet because that's what we're supposed to have. Oh, they're gone from there too.
Yeah. Please hold.
All the hero points
Holding.
are gone because we're all evil now.
now we're gonna die because
Well,
all
something
the hero
funky-
points
Not evil.
away.
No, something funky happened earlier. Like my entire.
Well, our internet had some stability issues for
Oh.
a hot second.
Did it? Okay.
Because I got the notification on Zoom that it was unstable. Sorry.
And I probably can't get them restarted without. Yeah, none of my. Nothing from Google Drive is showing up.
Do you need to refresh your Google Drive, re-wake it up?
Well, if I turn it off, it's going to.
Oh, gotcha.
That makes sense. Yeah, there are
Mhm.
major. Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. There are major issues. Like,
Because our internet hiccuped.
yeah, because of the internet hiccup. So, no, it's not break
Well.
time. We got time, and we know everybody's got 2 hero points. Actually,
Yeah,
on my stream deck, it's showing the correct numbers for everybody.
good. Yeah, I just added my extra one to my sheet, so I had them. So
It's literally just the video right now, and I. Oh, you know what? I can cheat a little bit here.
Oh, you have the shields.
I have the
Nice.
shields. All right, so I'm
Good
gonna
vibe.
give. I'm gonna give everybody their hero points real quick.
This is why we didn't delete the shield.
These are my backup hero points. They're not as pretty. I
But they
do
work.
still have 1 villain point. And who had the other? Okay, so both of those are working.
The potion stayed. It was just the animated stuff that disappeared.
I'm guessing your animated stuff is tied to stream elements.
No,
No.
those are in my Google Drive. Yeah, that's why it's weird. Oop.
Did you check to see if you
Whoa!
your Google Drive?
No, my Google Drive's running because everything, like all of my overlays, are Google Drive.
Oh.
Oh, and my Fire's working now.
Your
Fire's
fire is
working.
working. It's beautiful.
So it's just your.
When you switched back, it fixed it. Okay,
Yep. So we're good.
that works. All right. What was I doing? Oh yes, there's a goblin trying to kill me. All right. So then, yeah, we're just gonna attack this goblin, I guess. We're gonna do quick draw,
McGraw.
which is pull my sword and attack at the same time.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming she did not have her sword out while they were walking around with their food in their hands.
Right.
Or with them. So we will make our roll. Wait.
Oh, that's right. There is just a dirty fish on the ground
Oops.
at Beck's feet right now.
Sorry. It should be two-handed. There we go. That's the correct thing. All right. So quick draw and then attack. Roll. And I somehow managed to hit. Thank
With
you
the
for
courageous
the courageous anthem.
Wow.
Bards!
8 points of damage. All right. And then she's going to turn.
What's that look like?
Well, so you just see her sort of slowly draw her sword, her great sword out and grip it in both hands, and she kind of glares at the little goblin in front of her that dared to strike her, and just kind of strikes him down, not with much. It was just, clearly practiced ability, and just lets him fall. And then she turns on heel toward the one behind her.
All right.
Are you sure about this? And she will make an attack, and she's actually going to make this one non-lethal. Trying to knock the little gobble out. But she's gonna do it with the exacting strike, so it doesn't get affected by map or count
Alright.
toward map. So it'll still be at her second map, but it won't like cause the third one to.
Right.
And so then we'll map -5, and then this is because I'm doing it as a non-lethal. I take a -2 to the attack, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's works well enough. Okay. So roll. That was a natural 1. I'm going to use hero point on that.
Aww.
Okay. Missed.
Oh, that hurts.
And- Yeah.
Is that all 3 or you got one more?
That
right?
was 2 actions, so third action. And this will be at the map -5 again, since I did that.
I also
exacting
fixed
strike.
everybody's heroes point.
Woo!
Thank
Terry.
you.
I feel better with my lightning ball.
Okay, I'm gonna try this to do this non-lethally again. So let's see if we can actually make it work. That did the trick.
No, you rolled that as a multiple attack penalty of only -5.
Yeah, because I used
'cause
exacting.
exacting
strike.
Oh, you used exacting strike.
it
You're right.
doesn't
It did
affect
work.
my
You're right.
map.
You're right.
And so this is non-lethal damage.
Does not take him down.
Okay.
Ooh.
Marcus. Aurelius. Or
Alright,
Andradius.
Yeah, he looks at the one in front of him and it's like, well, may Saren Ray have mercy on you in the afterlife. I gave you your chance. And
That is a hit.
Second action.
swing again.
I believe in you, Marcus. Have courage.
Yeah, courage.
Alright, there's this.
Neri jumps back up with a second hero point. As we wait for the second strike of Marcus.
There we go.
Ha ha ha! Yes.
Let's
And
hero
your
point
third action, Marcus?
No, let's hero point that.
Damn it.
And you have a guidance too.
Oh yes.
Guidance doesn't
but the
work
Courageous
with...
Courageous Anthem, yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, okay. Well,
it doesn't stack.
they're both status bonuses.
just +1, so it doesn't matter.
The only way that
Sorry.
would have been better is if it was a natty 1.
Oh well. Alright.
And your third action, my friend.
Well, there's nothing to be lost by taking a third swing at him.
Ray shield, so you could shield block, but
I can still re-shield as a reaction, right?
you can't shield block.
You can't
'cause
shield block, though.
Oh, alright. Well, in that case, re-shield. Alright.
Forever Crimson's.
Yeah.
Do I raise shield or do I attack again?
I do that from a inaction state.
Basic action macro.
Ah. Shield, re-shield.
While you're raising your shield, he's going to do something a little different. He's going to attempt to trip you.
Shield go up. Oh, shit.
He trips you. He is then going to slice at you. Would you like to shield block while on the ground?
Yes, please.
They broke the shield block button. I'm so salty about that. No, we're not damaging.
Click on block. Or
There we go. And then as a third action,
And actually, Marcus, if only 2 makes it through, Marcus doesn't take that. I'll take that because I take 3 up to 3 of what he gets hit.
Yeah,
oh, that's right.
Every damage, the first 3.
So take
Yeah.
2. So take 2 damage.
Yep, got it.
That is. God, we are so buff in this one.
The shield still takes the 2, but
Yeah.
then Gorak takes the other 2.
so weird having to figure out a new character.
Yeah, the first time it's like, okay, this is like,
How does this work? How does any of this work?
am I doing
Gosh,
it right?
We're so cool.
This one, an attempt to trip you, Neri. Oh, will succeed.
These little jerk faces.
He'll take 1 slice at you.
Wait, didn't he have to
Wait,
move
yes,
because
you-
of his of
Not yet, he
No.
hasn't.
Beck's
It's not on
thing?
the first action. It's during
It's
his
just-
turn.
During his turn. Yep.
Yep.
But they do have to spend it to do it eventually.
Yep. And he is moving. I will tell you this. So, Neri, you can take your attack of opportunity from the ground.
While prone.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but that.
It's free reaction. Doesn't. I mean, not free. It's a reaction. You're not going to use any other reactions, are you?
No.
All right. Gorak.
We got 2 making breaks for it. Okay.
That's absolutely attack from all 4s. I love that.
I think because he's probably going to disappear on the corner too soon. Gorak's still reaching out towards Marcus, keeping that link up, but not that he has to do anything for it, but with his other hand grabs some of the scraps of metal off of the side of his staff, and he will go ahead and throw them. I believe this guy is within range. Oh, it's exactly 60 feet. Isn't that perfect? So it's the guy that is running on the left side there, and he will cast needle darts. And
Just gonna kill the guy running away. Oh no, okay, gotcha.
maybe,
I see these. This is a violent group.
you know,
It's okay.
This is what happens when things attack us first.
and
I
For a
tried not
second,
to
but
kill
then-
it.
You did.
go
You were
on.
very nice. I appreciate that.
you were very nice, but you failed to not kill it. So he will move over here next to Marcus, and that is 3 actions.
All right, we go to the top.
Okay.
Next round,
well,
Neri, what are you
everyone's
gonna do?
Stand up.
I'm sorry, Beck gets a turn.
Oh, son of a gun! I was all ready to skip out
Picky,
on
picky,
that.
picky.
Oh
I'm
man.
back. You get a turn.
All right. Hey guys, I'm inspiring you to be courageous.
You're on the dead goblin commando right now, just so you know. So if Beck were to try to move or anything, yeah.
There you go.
Right. So, courage has been inspired. Beck is actually. I wonder how this is gonna work. I'm gonna see how it goes. Yeah, sure. So Beck pulls out his he keeps playing his fiddle and is going to play a song towards the goblins running away. And he'll say, I understand you want to run from your problems, but you caused this. You have to stay here and take responsibility for it, and that's okay. You have to take responsibility sometimes, and not everyone's perfect. And I'm gonna cast Draw Ire, on this goblin who's running away. If I can get that will save, please, sir.
Oh, we'll save. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You
Sorry.
and your save people. Oh, that's a failure.
Roll damage. Roll damage.
Oh,
Roll. Well, only 3. That's not too bad. No, I've goaded him, and that's all I have.
No, what does it look like?
Oh yeah, so he's forgiving him, and he's asking him to take responsibility for this. And it comes out as Beck is just giving me the big puppy dog eyes. There's no like visual component to it, as it's all sound and music and talking. But there's a motherly disappointment in his face that even a goblin would take a second look at and go, "Aw, did a bad thing."
All right, and it dies.
It dies. It dies from my magic and looks.
Yeah, it died. You literally killed it. Neri, you watched as Beck killed the one you were trying to just knock out.
Well, Beck didn't kill that one. Gorak killed the one I was trying to knock out.
This one's the one I casted it on.
Which one?
The
Oh,
one that's running away.
I was trying to do
Gorak.
this one. Gorak killed that one.
Gorak killed that one. Sorry, I had him
the one.
backwards.
It's all right.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't think
You
I
saw
killed that one.
Gorak kill the one that you were being friendly to.
Well,
friendly.
Sword
friendly means not killing it. No, I was just trying to see if maybe we could bring him to some sort of, consequences with the Goblin King and whatever. But
There's still one over that way. He looks awfully sad for what he's done. Maybe.
I mean, we could carry him over there, see if the Goblin King has feelings about it.
Go get him. You got this. Nothing but faith.
I don't prescribe to any particular faith. I believe I said this already. Yeah, I can't even get to him because he's so far away. So.
It's all right. Your failures teach you something. Lessons are everywhere.
All right.
All right, Marcus.
All right.
Because I had to stand up and then move.
He's still only, what, 45 feet away?
You gotta stand up, possibly.
Yeah, no, I do. I just want to make sure that I standing up and then gonna stand up, move.
Okay.
And swing.
That'll hit by 0. Holy cow.
You got courage. I love you.
What's it look like?
I warned you. I gave you a chance. May Saturn have mercy on your goblin soul.
Crashes.
As he just
Oh, go ahead.
basically just slashes him across the neck.
Oh. With that, the streets go quiet. And this is where we will take our one and only break of the evening.